All right. गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन एंड वेलकम टू माय चैनल ओमनी ज्ञान। मेरे चैनल में सारे स्टूडेंट्स का बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। आई एम लिटिल लेट एक्चुअली, देयर वाज सम टेक्निकल इशू विथ माय live stream software actually, and then I detected the problem. So some of you were requesting me to upload the explanation of The Night the Bed Fell, which is from class 9 additional English syllabus. Okay, and you were telling me that many of you have got exams also. Okay, so I had promised all of you that I will be definitely uploading, and my next video, yesterday I said when I was uploading the poem for class 11 Laugh and Be Merry, yesterday itself I had said that I will definitely be uploading, my next video will be The Night the Bed Fell. So here I am keeping my promise, The Night the Bed Fell, which is in the additional English syllabus of class 9, and page by page explanation I have done, full explanation I have done, and basically I have focused on the important points. Page by page also means that I have focused on the main points of the story only. Okay, and for a very good understanding you should read the book also. Okay, text book आप घर पे अच्छे से आपको पढ़ना भी होगा टेक्स्ट बुक, ताकि आप लोगों को डिटेल जो है हर वो डिटेल्स आप लोगों को वहां से मिल जाए. ओके, so here I am starting the explanation of the story The Night the Bed Fell. Very interesting story and a very funny story also. I will be explaining in both Hindi and English. Okay, as you have already seen the thumbnail, it will be Hindi and English. English I will use little more and Hindi I will use little less. And for those who do not understand Hindi very much, okay, this you can look at the screen. The story I have written everything in English here. This will help you, and I have written in a very simple and easy language for all of you to understand. And this story in one way is kind of a summary also that you see on the screen. Okay, so here we start the story. The incident took place in Columbus, Ohio. Okay, ये जो कहानी है, घटना है, this incident, ये घटना होता है कोलंबस जो कि ओहायो में है. The narrator of the story is sharing the incident of a night when the bed fell on his father. तो ये incident बहुत funny story भी है. It's a very funny story also. Here you see that this narrator actually, his father, one night what happened, the bed fell on his father. तो एक रात को बिस्तर गिर जाता है, पूरा बिस्तर जो बेड जो है उसके फादर के ऊपर गिर जाता है. और कैसे होता है, किस तरीके से होता है, वो हम लोग देखेंगे आगे. Pandey is saying, sir, please help us by making video social science, history and civics. Let me complete the syllabus of English and additional English first. Okay, I know that most of you have been asking me about social studies, but I haven't yet completed English and additional English. So let me complete those first, and after that I will come up with the explanation of history, civics, geography, economics and all these things. Next, you see the narrator had an attic. The picture of attic I have given in the next, you'll see a picture after this. Okay, the narrator had an attic which had a wooden bed that was old, broken and unsafe. तो narrator जो है वो एक attic is actually, I'll show you the picture. Attic क्या होता है कि एक घर होता है, say this is a building, and on the top of the building there will be a small house like this, like you see in PUBG ना, small house like this. Okay, तो वहां जो है ये ऊपर का जो ये घर है ये है एटिक, इसको एटिक कहा जाता है. फिर नीचे यू सी देयर विल बी वन फ्लोर, देयर विल बी ग्राउंड फ्लोर, फर्स्ट फ्लोर, एंड देन ऑन टॉप स्मॉल दिस थिंग प्लेटफॉर्म, वुडन प्लेटफॉर्म इज देयर. ओके, काइंड ऑफ अ हाउस. ओके, द शेप ऑफ अ ट्रायंगल, राइट, एंड देयर स्मॉल हाउस विद a रूम विल बी देयर. एक छोटा सा कमरा होगा यहाँ पे, तो उसे हम एटिक कहते हैं. आई विल शो यू द पिक्चर इन द नेक्स्ट पेज. एंड इन दैट एटिक एक्चुअली दे हैड अ वुडन बेड जो कि बहुत ओल्ड, पुराना हो चुका था, वो आधा टूट भी गया था. इट हैड ब्रोकन आल्सो एंड इट वाज कंप्लीटली अनसेफ टू स्लीप. ओके, ये है उस एटिक का पिक्चर. आप देख सकते हैं कि यहाँ सीढ़ी है, नीचे यहाँ पे सीढ़ी है. फ्रॉम हियर वन कुड कम अप एंड यू कुड स्लीप ऑन द बेड. ठीक है, यहाँ पे बेड पे सोया जाता है. तो ये तो दूसरा वाला बेड है. यहाँ पे एक एटिक मतलब यहाँ पे एक ब्रोकन बिस्तर है. देयर इज अ ब्रोकन बेड हियर. ऑलराइट, वहां पे टूटा फूटा एक बेड है, तो दिस इज कॉल्ड एटिक. यू सी दिस ट्रायंगुलर थिंग, ओके, दिस इज कॉल्ड एटिक. तो नीचे जो है यहाँ पे, डाउन हियर देयर आर रूम्स, ओके. So here we come. So though the family members warned the father not to sleep on that bed, but still he insisted sleeping on that broken bed. So सारे family members, you know, all the family members had actually warned the father that father, please don't sleep on that bed because that bed is broken and it is unsafe to sleep also. But father did not listen to anybody, and father insisted that no, I will sleep on that broken bed only. There no problem, there is no problem. कोई दिक्कत नहीं होगा इससे, मैं उस टूटे फूटे बेड में सो जाऊंगा, मैं दुबला पतला आदमी हूँ, ओके, आई एम थिन, लीन एंड थिन, आई विल स्लीप ऑन दैट बेड. तो ऐसा बोल के जो है वो सोने चला गया. एंड नाउ यू सी दिस स्टोरी विल कम लिटिल लेटर दैट हाउ द बेड फेल ऑन द फादर. कैसे ये बिस्तर जो है इसके ऊपर गिरा, इसके बारे में हम लोग थोड़ा बाद में जानेंगे, विल डू ऑन लिटिल लेटर. नाउ एक्चुअली द नैरेटर फर्स्ट शेयर्स द डिटेल्स ऑफ हिज फैमिली मेंबर्स एंड देयर पिक्यूलियर हैबिट्स. ठीक है, तो नैरेटर सबसे पहले शेयर करता है कि उसका जो फैमिली मेंबर्स है, उसके कजिन है, आंटी है, ग्रैंडफादर है, ठीक है, इन सब के बारे में वो डिटेल्स प्रेजेंट करता है हम लोगों को. ही इज प्रेजेंटिंग डिटेल्स अबाउट ऑल दीज फैमिली मेंबर्स वन बाय वन, एंड दे आर क्वाइट पिक्यूलियर इन देयर हैबिट्स. कैसे कैसे? तो द राइटर स्टार्ट्स विद, द नैरेटर स्टार्ट्स विद, राइटर इन द सेंस द नैरेटर ऑफ द स्टोरी. द नैरेटर स्टार्ट्स विद द ग्रैंडफादर. तो पहले वो ग्रैंडफादर के साथ स्टार्ट करते हैं ये चीज. तो द ग्रैंडफादर ऑफ द नैरेटर वुड डिसअपीयर फॉर ऑलमोस्ट अ वीक विदाउट इन्फॉर्मिंग एनीबॉडी. तो दिस ग्रैंडफादर वाज वेरी पिक्यूलियर. हाउ पिक्यूलियर? दिस ग्रैंडफादर, you know, now and then, every now and then he would disappear suddenly. 6-7-8 दिनों के लिए, for 6-7-8 days, which means almost a week, he would go out without informing anybody. I mean, nobody would know where he had gone. No information. Suddenly he would disappear. And then you see, after 6-7-8 days, he would come back. So suddenly the grandfather would return, and that too with a hot temper. पूरा एकदम गुस्सा होके वो लौटता था, and telling angrily that the federal union was run by some fools now. ये जो फेडरल यूनियन है, फेडरल यूनियन क्या है, मैंने यहाँ पे देखिए एक डिस्क्रिप्शन दिया है. ये फेडरल यूनियन इज अ पॉलिटिकल सिस्टम ऑफ ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट. हम लोग कह सकते हैं कि ये एक पॉलिटिकल सिस्टम है, ये एक पॉलिटिक्स है, ठीक है. तो ग्रैंडफादर जो है, जब वो 6-7-8 दिनों के बाद रिटर्न होता था, when this grandfather would return after 6-7-8 days, he would come with एकदम angry, hot temper, and tell that this federal union, this politics, it is now run by all stupid people, all foolish people. He would tell like this. Okay. Anyways, now this grandfather also used to sleep in that attic only. तो उसी attic में, उसी टूटे फूटे बिस्तर में ये grandfather भी सोता था. And from this grandfather only, the narrator's father also got this habit of sleeping in that attic only. ठीक है? Okay. Federal union, I have already told you, it is a political system of the British government. Now grandfather gone. Now the next peculiar family member. Now remember, okay, there are so many family members, and one by one all of them have different peculiar habits. ठीक है, तो पहला है grandfather. Grandfather's peculiarity was he would be going out of the house without informing anybody for around a week, 6-7-8 days, and suddenly one day he would come back home with very hot temper and tell everybody, this government, good for nothing government, now they are being run by, this government is being run by all foolish and stupid people. Okay. The next peculiar family member was the first cousin of the narrator called Briggs. तो next peculiar family member कौन था? Next peculiar family member था उसका cousin. ठीक है, narrator का cousin का नाम था Briggs बोल के. Okay, so narrator's first cousin, he also was peculiar. Now how peculiar, you see, and this is very funny, you see. Briggs was peculiar because he always felt that his breathing would stop when he was sleeping. ये Briggs एक बहुत peculiar बंदा था. He was a very peculiar man, and he always thought that whenever he would fall asleep, then his breathing, उसका सांस जो है, his breathing would stop if he would sleep. Okay, and he said that he had to be awakened every hour during the night, otherwise he would die of suffocation. देखिए कितना पिकुलियर उसका हैबिट है. His habit is so peculiar that उसका एक कंडीशन था, he had this condition that every hour you need to wake me up, otherwise I will die of suffocation in my sleep only. Okay, otherwise I will die of suffocation in my sleep only. So every hour, एक घंटा बाद उसको उठाना पड़ता है. ठीक है, अब नैरेटर मुश्किल में पड़ गया because this Briggs Beall slept with the narrator only in his room. Okay, now it disturbed the narrator very much. अरे एक घंटा बाद you see say somebody is sleeping with you and that person after one hour he wakes up. You will be disturbed, no, whole night you will not be able to sleep. So he used to put this Briggs Beall, he used to put on the alarm which rang every hour until morning. Just imagine somebody, say you are sleeping and there is somebody who is sleeping with you, and that person is putting alarm every 1 hour he's putting alarm. Say at 10 p.m. you go to sleep. All right, so 11 p.m. alarm will ring. Okay, again 12 midnight alarm will ring. Again 1 a.m. post midnight alarm will ring. Again 2 a.m. alarm will ring. It will disturb your sleep, na? But Briggs Beall said that no, I have to put alarm, otherwise I will die of suffocation in my sleep only. And after one hour this alarm will ring until morning. So till morning this narrator could not sleep. And now here you see, since he used to sleep in the narrator's room, this ringing of the alarm disturbed the narrator, disturbed him. Him is here the narrator immensely. Obviously this 1 hour ringing of the alarm disturbed the narrator very much, but the narrator could not do anything. After all, relative, na? Now Briggs Beall, actually what he did, you see, he tested the narrator on the first night by just pretending to stop his breathing. तो ब्रिग्स बियोल ने क्या किया, उसको लगा कि बाई चांस अगर मेरा अलार्म अगर रिंग नहीं हुआ, बाई चांस माई अलार्म डज नॉट रिंग, तो मुझे उठाएगा कौन? हु विल वेक मी अप इफ माई बाई चांस इफ माई अलार्म डज नॉट रिंग? So that is why he tested the narrator. He pretended to sleep. Okay, this Briggs Beall, he pretended to sleep. He did acting as if he was sleeping, and suddenly he stopped his breathing. उसने अपना सांस बंद कर दिया, ये देखने के लिए कि जो narrator है, this narrator, whether he would wake up and take care of me or not. And narrator also very clever. He did not sleep. So the narrator awoke instantly. I mean, he slept, but his sleep was very patla. Okay, very halka, very light. Why light? Because he knew that this Briggs Beall, he will put his alarm after one hour. So the narrator was in tension. In tension, somebody cannot sleep. Na? You cannot sleep in tension. So this narrator awoke instantly. Immediately the narrator awoke. So Briggs was now relaxed. So Briggs Beall अब relaxed हो गया. नहीं ठीक है. अगर by chance मेरा alarm ring नहीं भी हुआ, if by chance my alarm does not ring, and I feel suffocated, then the narrator will wake me up and he will take care of me. Alright, now Briggs Beall had also given one warning to the narrator. He also warned the narrator that in case if the narrator did not wake up on time, उसने एक warning दिया narrator को कि अगर तुम time पे नहीं भी उठे, then I will sniff, that means Briggs, then I will sniff camphor. Camphor is a very powerful spirit. I will sniff camphor, which was a very powerful reviver. I mean, if you sniff camphor, then you will not sleep. You cannot sleep. Okay, you will not sleep because it's a very powerful spirit. Okay, very powerful spirit. So you will not be able to sleep. So Briggs said that, you see, if you don't wake up on time, then who will take care of me? And if by chance my alarm will also not ring, then what will happen? Okay, in that case, I will sniff camphor. मैं camphor को inhale करूँगा. I will sniff camphor. And that will save me. That is a very powerful reviver. Okay. Now this is all about Briggs Beall. ठीक है, इसको आपको याद रखना है. You have to remember this. The next peculiar family member was the narrator's aunt. Her name was Melissa Beall. ठीक है, next peculiar कौन है? वो है ऑथर की आंट, और आंट का नाम क्या है? मेलिसा बियोल. ओके, नाउ फर्स्ट ग्रैंडफादर, सेकंड इज ब्रिग्स बियोल एंड थर्ड इज मेलिसा बियोल. ठीक है, अब देखते हैं मेलिसा बियोल का peculiarity क्या है. व्हाट इज peculiar about Melissa Beall? And this is very funny, you see. She was superstitious of the fact that because she was born on South High Street and because she was also married on the South High Street, that is why she felt that she would definitely die on South High Street only. Now what kind of superstition is this? It's a kind of a premonition. Superstition means हम लोग बोलते हैं ना कि blind belief, blind faith. So you can say superstition also, you can say it's a kind of a premonition also. क्योंकि मेरा जन्म साउथ हाई स्ट्रीट में हुआ था, मेरा शादी भी साउथ हाई स्ट्रीट में हुआ था, इसलिए मैं मरूंगा भी साउथ हाई स्ट्रीट में. Now I don't know on what logic she thought this thing, but she felt like that. ठीक है, ये था उसका this was a peculiarity. Then we come to the next peculiar member. The next peculiar member was another aunt of the narrator and her name was Aunt Sarah Sholes. ठीक है, तो first aunt is Melissa Bjorn and second aunt is Aunt Sarah Sholes. अब देखते हैं कि she had the fear that every night burglar would come and steal all her valuable household goods. तो ये जो Aunt Sarah Sholes है, इसका peculiarity क्या है? The peculiarity was that every night she had the fear that every night burglar would come and steal all my valuable household goods like money, jewelry and all these things. Okay, that is why she never went to sleep at night. Okay, that is why she never went to sleep at night. वो कभी रात को सोने नहीं गई. She never went to sleep at night. MD Shard is saying hi. Hello. Okay, that is why she never went to sleep at night. वो कभी रात को सोने ही नहीं जाती थी. उसको ये डर था कि हर रात को चोर आएगा और मेरा सामान चोरी करके लेके जाएगा, इसलिए वो सोने ही नहीं जाती. She never went to sleep at night for this reason only. And she always felt that the thief would blow chloroform under her door and make her unconscious and steal her money, silverware and other valuable items. उसको ये लगता था this aunt Sarah Sholes, she felt that not only the thief would steal everything, but the thief will first, from under the door, the thief will first blow chloroform. Chloroform, you know, no? In order to make unconscious, people use chloroform. Okay, a kind of a spirit again. So you see that this aunt, she felt that not only the thief would steal everything, but the thief will first put chloroform with the help of a pipe. The thief will put the pipe from under the door, and from outside the thief will blow chloroform inside her house, and when everybody will become unconscious, then the thief will steal her money, silverware and other valuable items and go away. It never happened. This never happened. This was just a fear of this aunt, but it has never happened in reality. This is a kind of a phobia that she used to have. That is why you see, this is again another funny thing. That is why she put a small note outside, a letter outside. Okay, she would put a letter outside her door for the thief, on which she wrote. So she would write a letter, okay, and she would put outside the door, and this letter was meant for the thief. वो चोर को ये चिट्ठी लिखता था. Okay, for the thief she wrote a letter, and that letter she would put outside the door. And what was written in the letter, you see, please take it and do not use your chloroform, as this is all I have. कि आप मेरा घर का सामान भले ही चोरी करके लेके जाइए, बट क्लोरोफॉर्म मत यूज कीजिएगा. प्लीज डू नॉट यूज योर क्लोरोफॉर्म. ओके, if you want to take all my valuable items, money, jewelry, you take everything, no problem, but please chor bhai, don't blow chloroform. Okay, this is the peculiarity of this Sarah Sholes. Now again you see, so Sarah Sholes we have learned. Now you see another aunt of the narrator, Gracie Sholes, also had fear of thieves or burglars. Now this aunt Gracie Sholes is a legend. हम लोग बोलते हैं ना legend. She is a legend. She was also afraid of thieves and burglars, but she was legend. She was a legend. How she was legend? You see, she was confident that since 40 years, from 40 years, every day thieves had been entering her house. क्या बात है, देखिए कोई सामान चोरी नहीं हुआ, कुछ भी नहीं हुआ. Nothing had been stolen all through these years, all through these 40 years. Nothing was stolen from the house, but still she believed that no, since the last 40 years, I am sure every day thief had been entering my house. And that is why, in order to prevent thief or thieves from entering her house, she used to do what you see. That is why she used to throw shoes down the hallway to drive the thief away. वो क्या करती थी, सारे घर के जूते जो है वो कलेक्ट करते थे. She would collect all the shoes of the house, shoes, chappals, okay, and she would pile it up. And then what she would do, night time, she would stand near the door and go on throwing the shoes in the hallway. I mean the main entrance, the main door, she would throw the shoes. Just like that only she would throw. Okay, no thief had entered for 40 years. Nothing had happened. But still she had this fear that no, every night thief came. So as a precaution, let me just throw my shoes. Okay, and she would collect all the shoes and throw down. Okay, and she used to say that because she had been throwing shoes every night for 40 years, that is why the thief never got any chance to steal anything. क्योंकि मैं 40 साल से जूते फेंक रहा हूं नीचे, इसलिए चोर को मौका नहीं मिला कि मेरे घर पे आके चोरी करके लेके जाए कुछ. Alright, but you see, however, the truth is that this has never happened. It was just his aunt's imagination. ये जो ग्रेसी शोफ है, this Gracie shove, it is just her imagination. No, nothing like this has happened ever. It was just her imagination. But who would explain her? Her husband also got pissed off. उसकी जो husband है वो भी पूरा एकदम frustrated हो गई थी उससे. अब हम लोग जानेंगे husband के बारे में. So she used to pile up all the shoes before going to bed and threw those one by one. तो वो बिल्कुल जूते जो है इकट्ठे करती थी, दरवाजे के सामने खड़े होके she would collect all the shoes and stand near the door, and late night she would one by one throw, just like that only. She would just go on throwing because she had the feeling that thief has come, and when thief would hear the throwing of the shoes, the thief will go out. Okay, but nothing like this happened ever. Her husband also was quite frustrated by her behavior. अब कौन husband frustrated नहीं होगा बोली, right? He got very pissed off, very frustrated with her behavior. So, and there was nothing to tell his wife also. Okay, wife was Dumbo, we can say, no? Wife was a Dumbo actually. Okay, so there was no way he could explain his wife. So he said that ignore. Okay, so he started ignoring his wife. He completely ignored his wife. Okay, so he always pretended that he was in deep sleep. Now he would be sleeping on the same bed. Now he would pretend that he was in deep sleep. Okay, वो खराटे लेता था जोर से ताकि बीवी को लगे कि मैं तो घोड़े बेची सो रहा हूँ, that I'm sleeping, having a sound sleep and no one can wake me up. Okay, so he never woke up even when his wife used to call him. तो उसकी बीवी उसको बुलाती थी. His wife used to call him at night, wake up. But no, husband was dead sleep. Not only sleep, okay, husband was dead sleep. Okay, so husband ignored her completely. So these are all the peculiarities of the narrator's family members. Now the narrator shares the main incident. And what is that incident? The night the bed fell. कैसे वो बेड उसके पिताजी के ऊपर गिरा. अब मेन इंसिडेंट नैरेटर शेयर करने जा रहा है. बट उससे पहले, बिफोर दैट, नैरेटर फर्स्ट डिस्क्राइब्स ऑल द रूम्स वेयर ऑल द फैमिली मेंबर्स स्लेप्ट. ओके, सो नैरेटर सबसे पहले डिस्क्राइब करता है. नैरेटर ये सबसे पहले बोलता है, नैरेटर सेज दैट लेट मी इंट्रोड्यूस टू द रीडर्स about the location of my rooms, of our rooms, where all my family members slept. So you see that on the attic you know now, on the attic I just showed you a picture. On the attic the father slept. Just one floor down, mother and the narrator's brother Herman slept. ठीक है, इसको समझने की कोशिश कीजिए. And I would like to request all the students that if you cannot follow in this live video, you can come back and watch the recorded video once again so that you can understand the situation, because these are asked in the exam. ये सब एग्जाम में पूछे जाते हैं. तो एटिक में पिताजी सोते थे, फादर वुड स्लीप ऑन द एटिक, एंड जस्ट वन फ्लोर बिलो मदर एंड नैरेटर्स ब्रदर. व्हाट इज द नेम ऑफ नैरेटर्स ब्रदर? Herman would sleep. Then there was another brother of the narrator whose name is Roy, and he used to sleep in the hall room. Okay, he used to sleep across the hall. And Roy had a dog also, and the name of the dog is Rex. So Rex would sleep in that hall. ठीक है, रॉय सोता था हॉल के बगल वाले कमरे में, और रॉय का जो कुत्ता है उसका नाम रेक्स है, वो सोता था बिल्कुल हॉल में सोता था. ठीक है, आपको सिचुएशन समझ में आ गया? Did you understand the situation? You can read these two parts once again, okay, and try to understand this thing. Next हम आते हैं, the narrator कहाँ सोता था? Narrator used to sleep in an army court. So narrator had a separate room and narrator used to sleep in an army court. Army court का पिक्चर मैंने नेक्स्ट पेज में आप लोगों को पिक्चर में मैंने दिखाया है, which will follow in the next page. मैं नेक्स्ट पेज पे आपको दिखाऊंगा उसका पिक्चर. आर्मी कोर्ट, and the court was not very strong. वो आर्मी कोर्ट जो है उतना स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं होता है. So if he slept on the edge or side of the court, then the court would tip over and the narrator would fall down and the court would fall just on top of him. ठीक है, तो कॉट जो है ये इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं था. जिस बेड पे नैरेटर सोता था, पतला सा बेड था. इट वॉज वेरी लीन एंड थिन बेड. इट्स अ कॉट. एंड अगर नैरेटर बाई चांस अगर नैरेटर बिल्कुल साइड में आके सो गया, इफ द नैरेटर वुड कम एंड स्लीप इन द साइड ऑफ द कॉट, देन द बेड वुड टिप ओवर, वो बेड बिल्कुल उल्टा हो जाएगा एंड द नैरेटर विल फॉल डाउन एंड द बेड विल फॉल ऑन द नैरेटर. ठीक है, एंड एग्जैक्टली दिस इज व्हाट हैपेंड. एक्चुअली द बेड डिड नॉट फॉल ऑन द फादर, द बेड फेल ऑन द नैरेटर. This is what happened. The narrator's cot fell over him at about 2 o'clock in the morning. Then why is the name of the story The Night the Bed Fell? The night the bed fell, he says that the bed fell on the father. Let me tell you that when the story will finish, you'll understand actually the bed fell on the narrator, not on the father. तो narrator side में आ गया बिस्तर के और रात के 2 बजे थे. It was 2 o'clock in the morning, in the sense it was 2 o'clock at night only. No, it is post midnight. 12 is midnight, so 2 a.m. it's morning only. A.m. is morning, but we can say that 2 o'clock is late night only. Okay, just to make you understand. अब हम लोग देखते हैं ये आर्मी कॉट. देखिए आर्मी कॉट कैसा होता है. आर्मी कॉट इज लाइक दैट. ऑलराइट, वेरी पतला बट क्वाइट स्ट्रॉन्ग ऑल्सो. ओके, दीज आर आयरन और एल्यूमिनियम स्टैंड्स. ओके, एंड एज मतलब ये जो किनारा है, दिस एज, इफ द नैरेटर एक्चुअली वुड बाई चांस sometimes tossing right side, sometimes tossing left side, ऐसा करते करते अगर narrator क्या हुआ, what happened to the narrator came and by chance he from the middle of the bed actually the narrator moved towards the side और narrator आ गया side में. और जब narrator side में आ गया तो क्या हुआ कि ये part ये ऊपर उठ गया. narrator fell down and the bed fell on top of him and there was a एकदम noise, बिल्कुल आवाज हुआ. ओके, अब ये कंफ्यूजन हो गया. अब देखते हैं हम लोग क्या होता है. सिंस द नैरेटर वाज इन डीप स्लीप सो ही कुड नॉट फील एनीथिंग. तो नैरेटर जो है वो बिल्कुल गहरी नींद में था. ही वाज इन डीप स्लीप सो ही डिड नॉट फील एनीथिंग. ओके, इट वाज लेट नाइट आल्सो, द नैरेटर वाज स्लीपिंग आल्सो, सो ही वाज इन डीप स्लीप सो ही कुड नॉट फील एनीथिंग. बट यू सी व्हेन द बेड फेल ऑन द नैरेटर, mother thought that the bed had fallen on her husband, that is the narrator's father. But mother thought that the bed had fallen on her husband, that is narrator's father. Now mother started shouting because she was afraid that her husband was badly hurt. Obviously mother started shouting that, oh, my husband has fallen down, oh, my husband, he is badly hurt because the bed has fallen on him. Come on everyone. Now the shouting woke everybody up. Always sleeping at night. No, it was 2 o'clock at night. Just imagine. So everybody got up. सब लोग जो हैं वो नींद से जाग गए. सब लोगों का नींद टूट गया. Okay, all got up with such shoutings, and everyone tried to calm her down. Actually, सब लोगों ने मम्मी को आके कहा. Everybody came and told the mother that, mother, calm down. It's okay, no problem. Let's see what happened. But she had become very much anxious and tensed because she was afraid that father was old also. No. And the bed had fallen on the father because that bed was weak also. That bed was not very strong, and all the family members had warned the father actually not to sleep on that bed because that bed was very creaky, old and broken also. But the father did not listen. So what to do now? So finally mother thought, so everybody said that, चलिए चिंता मत कीजिए, हम लोग देखते हैं. So everybody started running to the room of the father. And meanwhile you see here, and this is very funny, you see student, Briggs all, he thought that everybody was shouting because he had suffocation problem. So he thought that everyone was trying to wake him up. क्योंकि घर के सारे लोगों को ये पता था, everybody in the family knew that Briggs had the suffocation problem, and Briggs thought that mother was shouting because I have suffocation problem, so they have come to wake me up. They have come to, in other words, they have come to save Briggs. Okay, this was the confusion of that Briggs had. Okay, so what he did was that he took the bottle of camphor, but instead of sniffing, because camphor, I told you, it's a very strong reviver. It's a very strong reviver, a spirit. Okay, that will keep you awake. Okay, आपको वो जागा हुआ रखेगा अगर आपने कैम्फर को स्निफ किया तो. But you see, instead of sniffing, he poured the entire bottle in himself. पूरा bottle उसके ऊपर गिर गया कैम्फर का. मतलब थोड़ा सा लेना था. You have to take little, just sniff once like that. But what happened? Instead of sniffing, he poured the entire bottle in himself. मतलब by chance sniff करने के लिए गया वो और पूरा bottle उसके body में गिर गया. And the result was that he was now actually suffocating. Okay, the camphor spirit was so strong that Briggs was now actually unable to breathe. Briggs को अब सांस लेने में तकलीफ हो रहा था. He was unable to breathe. So he jumped out of the bed to open the window for some fresh air because he wanted to breathe. But the window also was not opening. अब खिड़की भी नहीं खुल रहा था. So when he was unsuccessful, he broke the window glass to breathe some air. उसने पूरा खिड़की का कांच ही तोड़ दिया to breathe some air because he was actually unable to breathe. No. Now, in the meantime, the narrator had also woken up, but he was like little sleepy also. But anyways, he woke up and he discovered that bed had fallen on him. अब narrator ने discover किया कि bed तो मेरे ऊपर ही गिरा. The bed has fallen on me only. So he shouted for help. Hey, mom, brother, please come and help me. But no one paid attention because everyone's concentration was on father. Okay, and mother was shouting. एक तो mother is shouting. Okay, Briggs be all broke the window glass. So there was complete confusion and noises inside the house. So nobody could hear the narrator. Okay, no one paid attention and the bed was on him only. Okay, narrator के ऊपर वो bed अभी भी था. तो no one paid attention. Herman went to father's attic to rescue him. तो Herman जो है, Herman कौन है? Narrator का भाई. Okay, so Herman went to father's attic to rescue him and tried to open the door, but the door was stuck. तो Herman गया पिताजी को मदद करने के लिए. Okay, but the door was stuck. He could not open the door. He tried a lot, but he could not open the door. Roy was shouting and Rex was barking madly. पूरा घर पे जो है हल्ला गुल्ला था. Okay, Roy यहाँ पे चिल्ला रहा है, come on, open the door, open the door. Rex is barking madly because everyone is shouting inside the house. No, so Rex is also confused. So he was barking very mad, and there was total confusion inside the house now. Okay, there was now total confusion inside the house. Briggs Beale thought that everyone has come to save him. Narrator, on whom the bed actually fell, जिसके ऊपर bed actually गिरा, he was shouting for help, but no one was there for his rescue. Herman had gone to father's attic to rescue, but the door was not open. Roy was shouting, Rex was barking, mother was shouting. Okay, there was total confusion inside the house. Now all these noises woke up the father. Father by now had woken up because of the noise. इतना शोर हो रहा था घर पे कि पिताजी ultimately जाग गया. अब पिताजी को लगा क्या? Father thought that house was on fire. पिताजी को लगा कि घर पे लग गया आग. And here you see father said that I'm coming. मतलब उसको लगा कि घर पे आग लग गया. So everybody is shouting for help. And father said, yes, I'm coming to help. So I'm coming. He's saying like that. And here you see, actually, whenever I read this story, I feel very funny. I cannot control my laughter also. Here you see, when mother heard this, she thought that I am coming means father was telling God that he was coming to God's place. You know, when somebody is dying, no, he's telling God, no, that, oh God, I'm coming to you. So when father was shouting, I am coming, mother thought that I am coming means father is about to die. So father is telling God that, oh God, I am coming to you. So mother shouted very loudly. Okay, very loudly mother shouted that he is dying, open the door fast. And Briggs was down there. Okay, Briggs was not there near father's room. So Briggs was down there, and Briggs, so he thought that mother was worried because of his suffocation. Briggs अभी भी यही सोच रहा है. Still now Briggs is thinking. Briggs does not know anything what is happening in the house. Briggs is just thinking that mother is worried because he was suffocating. Okay, and narrator was shouting for help. Nobody is there. So Briggs said that I'm all right. When mother said that he is dying, Briggs thought that mother is actually telling about him. So Briggs replied, I'm all right. Okay, there was total confusion inside the house. So finally the narrator somehow switched on the light and unlocked his door. तो नैरेटर जैसे तैसे करके जो है बत्ती को जलाया, बिस्तर उसके ऊपर जो बेड गिरा था, the bed that had fallen on him, somehow he came out of the bed and unlocked the door and came out. Rex thought that Briggs was the culprit, so he barked and jumped on him and tried to bite him. तो एक्चुअली ये जो रेक्स है ये ब्रिग्स को बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं करता था. रेक्स hated Briggs like anything, and whenever he saw Briggs, he always shouted. I mean, he always barked. So Rex thought that because everybody was shouting in the house, so Rex thought that Briggs had done something. ये कुत्ता सोच रहा है कि Briggs had done something, and you see he barked and jumped on him and tried to bite him. Now finally Roy opened the attic door with a jerk. Jerk मतलब एकदम खींच के दरवाजे को खोल दिया attic door, and father came out, still sleepy but completely sound and safe. तो father को तो कुछ हुआ ही नहीं है. Father did not fall down. It is the narrator who fell down. Alright, so father was still sleepy and rubbing his eyes. He came out and said that, "Hey, what happened? What happened?" And he was completely sound and safe. Nothing happened to him. And father was totally confused. "Hey, what is happening in the house? Everybody is shouting." Finally, everything was explained. What had happened? जो भी हुआ आप सब लोगों को पता है. No need to repeat all these things. You already know what has happened. So all that has happened was explained to the father. And finally they came to know everything. So in the story you will find that it is written just like a jigsaw puzzle. Jigsaw puzzle, you know, no? You join the pieces together and make a complete picture, right? So here also it's just like a jigsaw puzzle. No? There are so many small episodes. Okay, Briggs thought that because of his suffocation everybody woke up. Narrator is calling for help. The bed fell on the narrator actually. Father thought that the house is on fire, and father said, "I am coming, I am coming." Mother thought that the bed fell on the father, and because father is now dying, so father is telling God that I'm coming to you, I'm coming to you. And when mother shouted, "Oh, he's dying, he's dying," Briggs we all thought that because he was suffocating, so mother was actually telling about him that Briggs is dying. And Briggs we all replied that I'm all right, I'm all right. Okay, so everything was finally explained. So just like a jigsaw puzzle, all the pieces were put together, and a complete picture was now formed, and a complete picture now became clear to everybody. So in other words, we can say that the situation, the whole situation was explained properly, and the actual fact was revealed to everybody. तो पूरा situation पूरा explain किया गया, सब लोगों का confusion अब दूर हुआ. Everyone's confusion now was gone. Okay, and this is the last page. Father had caught cold. अब father को सर्दी लग गया. Father caught cold because actually he came out barefoot. He did not wear any shoes or chappal. So he had come out. So he got little cold, not much. Others were all completely fine. Briggs also, by this time, Briggs was also quite okay, and now he knew the truth. And mother, who was quite optimistic. Optimistic matlab one who looks at the bright side of the things. Okay. So mother, who was quite optimistic, gave the final comment that I am glad that your grandfather wasn't here. ये last comment by the mother. इसका मतलब क्या? Why is mother glad that grandfather was not in the house? It is because otherwise the situation would have been more complicated. Because grandfather remained hot-tempered most of the time. है ना? 6-7 दिनों के लिए वो बाहर जाता है. Grandfather would go out for 6-7 days. Again come with very angry, in a very angry mood, hot-tempered mood, scold the government for everything. Okay, so the situation would have become very, more complicated. That is why mother thanked that, "Oh, thank God, your grandfather is not in the house. Otherwise, things would have got more complicated." So thank God, everything now came to a very smooth end. एक बहुत smooth end हुआ कहानी का, और सब लोगों को समझ में आ गया. Okay, so this is the story, a very funny story, and the way the writer has written the story is commendable. Let me tell you, the way he has written everything is very commendable. Very short story. Okay, and please read, do a very good book reading of your text. Okay, so that you can get the tiniest details also, you don't miss in the exam. Okay, so that was all, and please do comment in the comment box whether you like the story or not, whether the story is funny. Okay, whether the story is funny, or if there's any problem also in understanding, you can still comment me in the comment section. Okay, so one more thing, that we have completed 8,000 subscribers, and it's all for your love. All for your love that you have showed all through these years. Okay, thank you so much once again. From the bottom of my heart, I thank all the students. We are a big family of 8,000 now. Okay, and finally I would like to put that same request once again, that subscribe to the channel, like and share my videos with your friends, so that everyone can get benefits. Okay, with love from Omni Gyan, and all the best to all of you. Good night, and I'm ending my live stream. I hope that all of you, many of you are having exams also. I hope all of you will do very